new day. They wanna smell like me, they want my bouquet. But they can't, they accent it like the UK. Turn that ooh day, blue baby, look you spray.
So last one like that. What's good, y'all? It's my man Ashy right here.
It's good, man. It's good. It's good.
All my boys, we go back at least 3 years. Produce, tutoring little kids on the weekends.
Shout out UNCC.
And I always heard he had like a clothing line, but I never really paid attention. And now we're here.
Here.
So let's get started. You know, give me your little bio. You know, your name, what you do, where you from. You know, fun fact, all that.
So I am Ashy Creator from Atlanta, Georgia. A beautiful place, a beautiful home. Let's see, been doing art for as long as I can remember. Started with like architecture. Like I was in high school, I did like I went to a trade school. So well, it was more like college prep school, so they had like different majors you could pick like in college and stuff like that. So I was like more towards the engineering and architecture path. I mean, I was drawing before that, but I really got into it then. And I had a graphics teacher, and she like really put me into it. I designed her logos for her business and everything. And that's like when it all popped off. It was real. Like we had a little website for our school. They got me to film the video and all that stuff. And then ever since then, I'm like, I love doing this. I love doing it. Yeah.
So that's crazy. So you said you was like engineering. So like, explain, I guess, how you feel engineering.
Yeah, it's a weird blend, right? Yeah. Everybody always asks me that. Well, the name of my like creative company is Creative Genius. So it's always been like a blend between science and art for me. Like I've always been like a person who uses both sides of my brain, being creative, but I'm also like really smart, have like a borderline genius IQ. So it's like, you know, I just always find ways to blend the two of them together. Even like when I'm drawing, I think about it in a technical way. I plan everything out before I do it. The way I do events, all that stuff is like very strategic, but I also make sure like I let my creative self be expressed through all of it. So.
Yeah. And it's probably crazy when people see you paint and then you say like you're like engineering, science.
Yeah.
Cause I know me personally, like it gets like that when or like even when I'm at my intern, I'm like, oh yeah, I was on the radio. And I got like this group of those art events. They're like, what?
Hey, look, so what's that? How? Like, how do you find ways to? But I don't know. It's always been like this. It's just natural for me. It's not like something I have to forge. It just comes to like people say I overanalyze everything, but hey, it's life, right? It's like.
So what do you feel? What do you feel inspired at all? Like, was it like a certain person that kind of inspired you to like, okay, I want to do architecture, engineering, but I want to paint and everything too?
Well, I don't know. I've always been into, like I said, I always wanted to be an architect when I was younger. So, like, I always was fascinated with buildings and bridges and all that stuff. So, that was that. And then, just like every other 90s baby, I grew up watching like Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff. And I would just watch the shows and be like, yo, this is amazing. And try to like redraw the characters. And then after a while, once I got a hang of it, I'll start putting like my own twist on the characters and all that stuff. And then before you knew it, I was just creating my own people from scratch. I started off like purely as a cartoon artist, but then when I got older, I got to a point where I realized that I didn't know how to draw women. So it was always like men or like strange creatures and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna spend like the next 2 years drawing women. This is like in 2011, 2012. So yeah, I just like draw only women for then on, and then like, yeah, I kind of been drawing women ever since. Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm at the point like I only draw guys if I have to now. Yeah.
Somebody cutting that check.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. But I mean, I don't know why. I'm like starting to get back into like drawing cartoons and stuff like that, just cause like, all right, let me not start channeling myself into one lane. So like this next event I have coming up, the theme is fruit. So you know that's like a little different. Like the focus is on women, but when people come see, yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
So speaking of your event, explain what you mean by the fruit. Go into detail about that.
So the name of the event, it's a collection. The name of the collection is Fruits of Our Labor, and like it sounds, it's centralized around fruit, just shapes, the colors, the beauty, just the texture of it. So like the we're like headlining it as the freshest and healthiest art show on the planet. So like yeah, so it's just like, you know, just how fruits are involved in all aspects of our life, and just the beauty of fruits in themselves, like, you know, how they grow, the shapes they take, and like just like they could all be the same fruit, just like people, they could all be the same type of fruit, but they all look different, even though they're the same fruit. So, you know, it's just really cool. So I thought I would like use that to like represent just people. So yeah, the event's gonna be Saturday, September 10th. And it's gonna be uptown Charlotte. It's gonna be fruit, food, drinks, art. I'm gonna be showcasing some photography I've been working on, some paintings, music from just some local artists that I know, and yeah, pretty much. And my friend's gonna be premiering like a prototype of this product he's been working on. So yeah, it's like a gadget. So it's gonna be a lot of things going on. It's gonna be pretty dope. We have like a violinist coming to perform, EDM producer, all types of things. It's gonna be pretty dope. So y'all should come definitely check it out. Yeah. See the vibes crew out there.
We'll be out there for sure.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned how you did the painting, photography, you do graphic design as well. So which one do you feel like you enjoy more, and which one do you feel like is like your best one?
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, I had this conversation with myself like every day. Let's see, enjoy the most is probably definitely gonna have to be film, just because of like all the thought that goes into putting in a film. Like you have to think, you just, like I said, I put the science in with everything, just strategically planning out. Like with film, you have to have every single part of it planned out before you even start to film. You have to know what you want to look at the end. You gotta know who's gonna be in it, what you want the characters to be like, the setting, all that stuff. So I always just like the whole part of like putting the film together and seeing it, the final product. Like I always feel like that was the most satisfying. But the best that, I don't know, man. I feel like all my work sucks. Like to be real, I always look at my work and I'm like, oh man, shitty, I gotta do better.
So you don't know like which one you
I don't even know. I don't know. Like different people will come up to me and like, oh man, I like your little photography collection you just shot. Or some people, like a lot of people always commission painting, so I do like shoots for people. So I don't know. I like it all. It's all the same to me. It's all art. So, you know, just through a different medium. So like photography to film to painting is like looking at oil paint versus acrylic to me. It's all the same. So, you know, the final product is all. I still expressing myself here too.
Yeah, I feel that. So explain, I guess, how your love for art, how you turn that into like your business, like how you talked about one of your business earlier.
All right,
explain that kind of transition.
So like I said, I've always been like doing drawing stuff since I was like 7. My first experience with like making money off of art is probably like 7th grade. I think I started. I used to just buy, you know, like big teasers and stuff, like just plain teasers. So I used to always just get these tees. Yeah, shout out to that. Yeah, so I used to always get these tees and then like buy fabric paint, and then I would just like paint just like all types of things on the shirt. And then like I would just do it for myself, and then people started like knowing me as, oh, the fabric paint dude. And then like people started asking me for like, yo, can you make this for me? Can you make this for me? Start paying me for stuff. So that's like my first experience with making money off of art. This is like 7th, 8th grade. And then, yeah, I met my graphics teacher in 10th, I think it was 10th grade. That's when I started like really doing graphics and stuff. Started making logos for people. Yeah, mixtape covers, you know, everybody know that, yeah, I don't know. And then, then my business, me and my business partner, we've been like best friends since like 7th grade, 6th grade, and we always knew like, cause he started fabric painting after like, you know, I showed him how to do it when we were young. You know, when you're friends, when you're younger, y'all all kind of do like the same things, do everything together. So then like, he was always like, yeah, we're gonna do this. He was scared when we get out one day, we're gonna make money off of this. You know, I never took it seriously. But then one day, it was like after my freshman year of college at University of Louisville, I hated Kentucky. So I had to get out of there. I got back home, and then I was just like talking to my homeboy. He was like, yo, we should just start this now. Like, why not? Like, we both got the money. We always working. We got the mindset. you know, and the drive, determination, let's do it. So like we put together a business plan, went to file for LLC. Like we had everything. We planned for like 6 months before we ever like said anything and people were releasing anything. We had like our whole website set, and then like it was like New Year's Eve or like the day before Christmas, we just dropped like these beanies, and yeah, people went crazy for them. I mean, they sold out, and then we was like, yeah, let's keep doing this. And they turned into it from a clothing line to like we started hosting art shows, then like skate competitions, started sponsoring skaters all over the world. Like we have skaters in New Zealand, Scotland, Australia. We even like sponsor bands. We like send them out to shows and stuff like that. Get merchandise made for them and stuff. It's been based out in Scotland. Yeah, and that's what it evolved to. It just like kept going more, and now it's like at the point where like pretty hands off with it. I just let my business partner handle most of the things, but if he needs like design work or anything from me, he just comes to me, or like, you know, we always make decisions together. But yeah, it's my baby. That's my first baby. Yeah, that's how that got together.
Okay. So explain your business. You said you know, you guys were, well, you mentioned the beanie, but is it just clothing you do, or what all does it entail?
Yeah, okay, so first, the name is Enagami. I should have said that first. It's Imagine spelled backwards. So if you look at Imagine spelled backwards, it's Enagami. So like, that was always our business slogan. Like, you know, what's McDonald's? I'm loving it, or whatever. It was like Enagami, Imagine backwards. Like just getting people to think outside the box, or, you know, think differently about everything, look at things with a different perspective. So just imagine backwards, you know. So we started off with, we just started everything with clothing just to get people's attention. Like all of our clothing was like pretty extreme, lots of colors, like, but it was like also simple, so that people just like, oh yeah, this is dope, I can wear this even though it's a bright color. Like, and then so we were like, we always knew we didn't want to just do clothing. So like as soon as we started clothing, like I said, we were planning for like 6 months before we launched. So we dropped the clothing, and then we started sponsoring some skaters. Our first skaters were in California and Arizona. Yeah, we had about 3 of them, and then like they started repping out there. And what we did is like, this was going into our sophomore year of college, so like we just hit up all our college friends, started telling them about it, and then having them become campus reps for us. So what they would do is like we would send them a whole bunch of merchandise. They'll table at all their college events, promo and all that stuff, you know, go different places. Like, so, you know, this is like different campuses all over the United States. And we have like our friends, people who like are supporting us, like pushing it just as hard as we were. So that was like another way that we got things spreading out. And then started hosting events, art shows, like getting the local artists and local musicians, just all local artistic talent in Atlanta, and just getting them and having events so they could like showcase their work. Like I wasn't even putting my work into the art shows because it was all about, you know, other people at that point. So yeah, that's what it's more about for me. Like that's why I care more about that than the clothing. Like I don't really too much enjoy clothing. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't get that much of a thrill out of it. But like I love doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that in Charlotte soon. So after this is my first event that I'm doing here. So yeah, this is probably start doing more for other people within the next year.
So what made you make the transition? Because I think in Atlanta, that's kind of like more people than Charlotte. So what really made you transition to Charlotte? Or did you feel like I wasn't, like you did all you could in Atlanta?
Oh, I came here for school. Oh. Like that's really, I just came here. Like I told you I went to University of Louisville my first year. Didn't really like it, so went back to Atlanta, and then I came here the following semester. Okay. And then I was like, I was still like focusing on the business, so I was like every weekend I was making road trips to Atlanta back and forth, like still focusing on business and just throwing events. Like even up until like May, I still make trips all the way to Atlanta. My last show in Atlanta was in May, but then I was just I think I like started really doing stuff like about a year ago here. I started like doing a lot of shoots with local models here and stuff, showcasing work. And then talking to people, really networking. I'm more of a face-to-face communicator than like the whole social media thing. If you look at my Instagram, I probably haven't posted it since like last year. But like I'm more of those people. Like I'll come up to you, talk to you, like show you pictures of my work on my phone, build that, you know, personal connection, so that when people do need some work, they'll think about the person that they met on the street before they think about, you know, for somebody that they saw on social media. And they have my card because I personally handed it to them. So, you know, business cards. It's a good thing to have, you know. But yeah, so that's how the transition.
Okay. I know you do biomedical? Bioinformatics. So do you feel like, we've talked personally about it before, do you feel like you enjoy the science more than the art sometimes?
It's like, I don't know, man. I love them both equally. Yeah, I get like the same thrill out of both of them. Like being in the lab and like creating, it's just like creating something, like, you know, running an experiment, hoping to get a final product, putting all the pieces together, and then at the end and getting exactly what you wanted in the beginning. I love look at it all the same. Yeah, I had the same thrill from both of them. And then like I just have a natural inclination towards the sciences and math, so it comes easy to me. So like that, I guess that makes it easier to enjoy it. Because it feels hard, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't.
Yeah. What do you feel is like your ultimate goal with what you're doing from your business to your paintings for all different kinds of people? What do you feel like is like, this is what I want to accomplish overall, or at the end, you know?
Well, I really enjoy doing events. Like, I don't know, that's a hard question to ask, but I really enjoy doing events. So I know I want to be doing like the type of events I'm doing right now on like a more massive scale and in multiple cities. Like I want it to be like you know how they have the EDM festivals annually or stuff like this, and people already know, like, yeah, like people are booking their tickets now for like Lollapalooza next year or stuff like that. Like, so I want to have like art shows that, like, because you know there's not any famous art shows. It's all like music festivals, stuff like that. So I want to have like I'm trying to get like a really big music festival, like, and sometime soon, like, but I want to get it in multiple cities, like moving annually. So like we're trying to get something by this year to start off in Charlotte. Like we were gonna block off the whole NOTA area and do like a huge music festival art show out there and like have all the galleries open for everybody. But you know, we were talking with the city and stuff like that. It just didn't end up, by the time we wanted to have it, things weren't gonna end up lining up. And like I said, I'm really strategic about things. I don't like rushing things. I'd rather take my time and get the perfect thing. So maybe next year. Yeah, like we're still working on that, like planning it. So yeah, that's the plan in the immediate future for that. And multiple cities. Doing that in multiple cities.
So with you doing so many different things, when do you have time to sleep, man?
I'm lucky that I'm a person who doesn't need much sleep to like be good and running through the day. But as you see, there's like a bed in my studio. I'll be like falling asleep sometimes while I'm in the middle of painting. So I was like, you know, let me just put a futon in here. And then, but like I sleep I'm good with like 5 hours, 4 hours of sleep a day. Like I'm great. Like that's, you know, they say you need 8 hours of sleep. Nah, I'm good about 4 or 5. So like, you know, sometimes there's days where I haven't slept for like 2 days. But I don't know. You get used to it. You get used to it like that. Yeah, it's the grind. It's like I'm like to the point where like if I'm not doing anything, I start like getting anxious or like I need to be doing something. Like I don't like this. Like yeah, I make sure like from the time I'm awake to like I'm going to sleep and like working on something, doing something. Like that's what it's all about. Yeah.
I feel it. So let's get into Kiva the person. So I'm gonna ask you some random questions just about you. So ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Favorite color?
Gray. Off gate. My floors are gray. Yeah.
Favorite food?
Favorite food, sandwiches. Possibilities are endless.
Sound about right now.
It's art. Sandwiches are art themselves.
That's true. Favorite music artist?
Favorite music artist? Man. See, I have like favorite bands. I have favorite rappers.
Break them down.
Alright, my favorite band, I'm gonna say two. It's probably a tie. It's a tie between Miami Horror and Sylvan Essa, which is, they're actually from, I think, Durham, right now, or Greensburg. Yeah, favorite rapper, definitely Lupe, since like middle school. Yeah, my aunt was from Chicago one time. She came and visited. This is like before Kick Push. was big and everything. She was like, yeah, this is a new rapper. But like everybody's bumping. He's from where? Like she's from the South. She's like, she's from home. Like she was playing for me. I was like, yeah, I like these dudes. Like he's another person. He looks at the art as the science, his logic, and like everything he spits. Like he constructs his bars, everything. Like such a genius way. It's amazing. My dog's crying in the background. She misses me. But yeah, definitely Lupe. I love Asherah. Probably one of my favorite bodies of work is Path in Jazz by Asherah. It's like a jazz hip hop fusion album. It's amazing. I really love jazz. Like I play saxophone. My saxophone's right here. So yeah. I play saxophone and the piano. I play like instruments. Yeah. So.
How long have you been playing instruments?
6th grade. So what's that? How was that? 6th grade? 11? 10, 11? I don't know, 20. So like 13 years? Yeah, 13 years. That's like my musical talents are like the most kept in, and like I don't ever share those talents with anyone. Like yeah, I just play when I'm at home just chilling. I'm like Squidward. You know how Squidward just is in the house playing his clarinet? That's me. I'm in the house playing my saxophone. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll drop a body of music.
Favorite cartoon character?
That's crazy because I watch so many cartoons. I watch cartoons more than I watch like real people on TV. I'm a huge anime person. I'm gonna have to say Goku, Dragon Ball era though, like young Goku.
Wow,
Yeah, he was a savage, man. Either him or Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
My brother tried to watch that show.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's probably
I
top
do
5
hear
anime.
people talk about it.
Top 5 anime. Yeah. Oh, and then there's this other anime called Soul Eater, and then there's this like weapon. It's about like weapons and take souls. There's this weapon named Excalibur. He's probably my favorite animated character ever. He's like not even in every episode, but whenever he got onto the screen, like I just got happy. It's just hilarious, man. I love that dude. But yeah, I should probably get him tatted on one day. Yeah.
Favorite TV show of all time? Give me the all time.
This is separate from like cartoons, right? This is separate from cartoons. I'm gonna separate it because I'm gonna separate. That's too many to pick from. Favorite TV show.
Give me all time. Then give me like your current favorite.
Okay, all right, I can do that. Let's see. All time favorite. Damn, that's hard. I love Californication.
That's a good show.
I love Californication.
That's a good show.
That's one of those shows, like, I was always, like, I could remember, like, just having an itch, like, man, I feel like watching California. I don't get that feeling for a lot of shows. I get it for animes and cartoons, but not, like I said, I don't watch too much, like, actual TV. I like that. I like the Weeds, too. It was long. See, I like those, like, long-running shows, like, with story and everything. Like I said, that's my favorite part about film. Just knowing the beginning and the end. Like, 'cause most filmmakers know how they want their series to end before, like, they even start shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love that. Just the journey in between, and they fill things in the beginning, like in the middle, like to just. But yeah, Californication, Weeds, The Wire. Yeah, that's probably all the. And then right now, though, currently, you know, I'm a comic book nerd, and like all the comics are getting TV shows now. So I'm like all on the Flash, Green Arrow, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, like Marvel Shield, anything that's like a comic book. That's a TV show. I'm watching it. That's like pretty much. That's like it though for like live action TV. Yeah, because it's still kind of like fairy tale-ish, you know, sci-fi.
Alright. So man, this point of the show, man, I'm just gonna say it's great.
Yeah, man.
Talking with you,
For sure.
man. Learn some
For
more
sure,
about what
for
you
sure.
do. So shout out to Ashy. You know, you shout all your things out.
You can follow me on Instagram. I probably won't post on there for like another few months. It's at Find Ash K, FINDASHK. Snapchat, creator with a K. What else? Twitter, find HK as well. And yeah, my website is creativegenius.com. Creative with a K, genius with 2 E's. Yeah. Fruitsofoutlabor.net for the event website. Yeah, shout out to Vibes too. Shout out to the Vibes people, Appreciate y'all coming through. Hope to see y'all at the show. And future success to everything y'all doing, man.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
VZ_vibes,
Hey,
on everything.
VZ_vibes. Check
Get
them,
your
check
scoop.
me, get right.
with some color raves on vzvibes.com.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
Be out.
We out of here.
Oh yeah. Where does the all come from?
What? It's my baby. It's my baby. It's my girlfriend.